My son's daycare accused him of being a violent bully. He's 4 years old and scared of loud noises. Oliver is the kid who cries when we accidentally step on a bug. He whispers sorry to his stuffed animals if he drops them. He's terrified of the vacuum cleaner and hides behind me when dogs bark. So when the daycare director called and said I needed to come in because my son had been physically aggressive with multiple children, I thought there had been some kind of mistake. There wasn't. At least not the kind I expected. I walked into a room full of parents I'd never spoken to. 5 of them, all sitting with their arms crossed, all looking at me like I'd raised a monster. The director handed me a folder full of incident reports, 7 of them. Each one listed Oliver as the aggressor, pushed another child, hit a classmate on the arm, displayed violent behavior on the playground. One mom shook her head at me. My daughter comes home crying. She says your son is mean to everyone. I wanted to scream. That wasn't Oliver. That had never been Oliver. But I was outnumbered, and no one in that room wanted to hear it. I didn't sleep that night. I kept thinking about the folder. 7 reports, 7 incidents, all Oliver. I pulled out the copies they'd given me and spread them across my kitchen table. That's when I noticed something. Every single report mentioned the same other child, Lucas. Incident 1. Lucas and Oliver were playing. Oliver pushed Lucas. Incident 2. Lucas and Oliver were on the slide. Oliver hit Lucas. Same name. Every time. I wasn't crazy. Something was wrong. The next morning, I asked Oliver about Lucas. He got quiet. Then he whispered, "He's mean to me, mommy. He hits me first, and then I get in trouble." I felt sick. I went back to the daycare, asked to speak to the teachers who witnessed the incidents. They're not available. Asked for contact information. We can't provide that. Asked who Lucas's parents were. The director's face tightened. That's not something I can share. So I started paying attention at pickup. Asked a few other moms. One gave me a strange look. Lucas, that's Heather's son. I didn't know who Heather was. She told me. Heather was on the board. Heather had been on the board for 3 years. Heather had organized the parent meeting, the one I walked into blind. That meeting wasn't a meeting. It was a setup, and Heather ran it. I went back to the director and asked to see the security footage. She said parents don't have access to that. I told her my next call was to a lawyer. She scheduled an internal review for the end of the week. I told her I'd be in the room when she pressed play. The footage review was scheduled for Friday at 4. When I walked in, Heather was already sitting across from the director. She smiled at me. "Just here to observe. Board responsibility." The director pulled up the first video. Playground camera, October 12th. Lucas runs up behind Oliver and shoves him to the ground. Oliver gets up and pushes back. A teacher rushes over, grabs Oliver, and walks him to the timeout corner. Lucas stays on the swings. I watched Heather's face. Nothing. Second video, October 17th. Lucas snatches a toy from Oliver. Oliver tries to grab it back. Lucas hits him across the face. Oliver swings in return. A teacher pulls Oliver out of the room. The incident report that day read, Oliver displayed unprovoked aggression. Third video, October 23rd. Lucas backs Oliver into a corner near the cubbies, hits him, then again. Oliver is crying, arms up, not fighting back. No one intervenes. Lucas walks off camera. The director stopped the video. "Heather, I'm going to ask you directly. Did you instruct staff to monitor Oliver specifically?" Heather's smile was gone. "I was just trying to protect the other kids. You saw how he pushes back. That's still aggression." The director shook her head. "That's a 4-year-old defending himself, and your son is the one initiating every single time." She closed the laptop. "I'll be recommending to the board that Lucas be placed on a behavioral improvement plan, and I'll be recommending that you recuse yourself from any disciplinary matters going forward." Heather stood up so fast her chair scraped the floor. "You can't do that." The director didn't flinch. "I just did." The board voted to remove Heather the following month. Lucas was transferred to a different classroom with a dedicated aide. The director sent me a written apology. I didn't respond. I didn't need to. Oliver starts kindergarten in the fall. He's at a new daycare now. No incidents, no meetings, no folders full of reports. Last week he came home with a drawing. It was me and him holding hands. He said, "This is when you came to help me, mommy." I put it on the fridge. It's still there. I almost believed them. I almost doubted my own son. Now I know better. When your kid tells you something is wrong, you fight until someone listens. Because sometimes the bully isn't on the playground. Sometimes they're on the board.